Thanks for watching County Report this week. I'm Susan Kennedy. The County Council is back in session after its summer recess, and they moved right into the introduction of two measures that would expand the county's bike share program. The first would allow transportation impact tax funds to be used to help fund bike sharing stations, and the second would make it easier for private property owners to install bike sharing facilities.
Currently, they are required to go back to the planning board for a site plan amendment if they want to add a bike sharing facility. Well, we don't want to put them through that costly and time-consuming hoops. So we're saying, no, you don't have to do that if you want to do a bike sharing facility. And secondly, we have transportation impact fees that are currently available for a lot of things, including bike lockers, but they're not available for bike sharing. So we said, no, let's include bike sharing stations as part of what our transportation impact fees can be used for. So it's just to continue to push to create a culture in Montgomery County that is supportive of much more biking for our health and for congestion.
Hispanic Heritage Month starts September 15th and runs through October 15th, and many celebrations will take place throughout the county during this month. But the largest one brought together the county's Salvadoran community to celebrate their heritage with food, music, and native crafts. Lorna Virgili accompanied Executive Legate to the event. Lorna?
Susan, is the kickoff of Hispanic Heritage Month, and thousands of Salvadorans gather here at the Montgomery County Fairgrounds to celebrate their Independence Day.
I congratulate the Salvadoran American community of Montgomery County and the entire DC area.
Y por lo tanto, yo, ejecutivo del condado de Montgomery, felicito a la comunidad salvadoreña americana del condado de Montgomery, igual que de toda el área metropolitana de Washington, D.C.
And this proclamation is signed by me, Isaiah Leggett, today's date, the year of 2012.
Executive Legate once again attended the Salvadoran Independence Day celebration, bringing a proclamation declaring it a day of national pride for the nearly 60,000 Salvadorans that live in the county.
I think it's a reflection of the diversity that we have in the county, the many Salvadorians that live in Montgomery County. We have approximately 60,000 at least in Montgomery County alone. That's a fairly high number, and it's a number that I think reflects the great diversity we have and the fact that this is a welcoming community. And so today is an opportunity to join in the festival, to be part of the great celebration of independence, and to reflect how Montgomery County is such a welcoming place.
And it's given today, 9th of September, by Governor Martin O'Malley, Anthony Brown, and John McDonough.
Maryland Lieutenant Governor Anthony Brown also brought a proclamation recognizing the contributions of the Salvadoran community to the state of Maryland.
Viva El Salvador! I want to congratulate the Salvadoran community for the Salvadoran Independence Festival here at the Montgomery County Fairgrounds.
One of the biggest attractions at the festival is their entertainment lineup. Most performers come from El Salvador. There's also a taste of traditional Salvadoran food and the gathering of small business owners.
Being part of this festival for the first time, I'm with my company, Los Taxes, and I feel so proud. I feel like the whole community is having fun and knowing about all the businesses. It makes me feel very proud to be a Salvadorian.
The festival is held every year in early September at the Montgomery County Fairgrounds. For County Report this week, I'm Lorna Virgili.
The County Council has officially filed its comments regarding the performance of Pepco after the severe storms of June 29th that left thousands without power for several days. This after yet another storm this past weekend caused more power outages for residents and businesses.
Part of what the county is saying is, one, obviously the reliability in our county is simply not okay. Two, that Pepco's staffing is way too thin. And three, that it isn't clear that Pepco allocated the limited staff they did have in proportion to the damage that was done to our county. That more of their crews may have been allocated to the District of Columbia, where they are separately regulated and therefore have a financial interest in making District of Columbia happy, and in Prince George's County, where they are very strong politically. So one of the things that we're putting before the commission is to make sure that Pepco allocates its crews directly in proportion to where the damage occurs.
County Executive Legate has announced a series of safety initiatives aimed at the county's growing senior population. September is Falls Prevention Month, and the county's fire, recreation, and health departments have joined the campaign to educate seniors and prevent fall injuries, as well as connect residents with resources. It's estimated that there are nearly 120,000 seniors residing in Montgomery County, and in 2010 there were almost 4,000 calls to 911 attributed to falls by individuals over the age of 60. The fire department offers free home inspections for seniors to help them avoid trip hazards.
Securing throw rugs, installing grab bars, fixing handrails, checking your home's front steps, and even adding night lights can go far in reducing the risk from seniors falling. Fixing these potential hazards also helps our first responders stay safe if they don't need to respond.
In addition, the county's Department of Recreation has expanded its free bone building program that helps seniors strengthen their bones and muscles through exercise and an active lifestyle.
We're expanding a bone builders program and making our health and wellness programs a little bit more accessible for seniors on a number of different levels to strengthen those bones and to make sure that people are active and fit to help prevent falls from that perspective. And so we're thrilled to be part of this. We're excited the county is entering into this relationship with a number of different providers, and we look forward to helping out.
To request a home safety inspection, call the Senior Safety Hotline at 240-777-2430. To register for the free bone building program, call 240-777-6800. Still to come on County Report this week, the city of Rockville says thanks to its many volunteers. And a story about how the county schools are working to build better connections with parents. When County Report this week continues.
Montgomery County honors World War II veterans. On Wednesday, September 19th, the county will salute those who served our nation 70 years ago and became part of what is called the Greatest Generation. Attend this special event at the Silver Spring Civic Building on Wednesday, September the 19th at 10:30 a.m. Or watch live on County Cable Montgomery. Tune into Comcast Channel 6 or Verizon Channel 30. You can also view a live stream at www.montgomerycountymd.gov. For more information, call 240-777-7929.
Welcome back to County Report this week. The September issue of Money magazine is now on the newsstands with a cover article about the best places to live in America for families. Coming in at number 23 is the city of Gaithersburg, while Germantown is right behind it at number 24. We spoke to Gaithersburg Mayor Sidney Katz about his thoughts on the rankings.
But we share that with a lot of people. We don't get that that distinction by ourselves. It mentions their schools, and of course, the county, Montgomery County, and the Board of Education for Montgomery County fund those schools. So we share it with them. We share it with all our employers. We share it with all our staff. It's really, and of course, every citizen that lives in Gaithersburg and works for Gaithersburg and volunteers for Gaithersburg. It really is a wonderful thing to receive, and we never know why we receive it. They never call us. They never give us, ask us if we can give them some additional information. And I always say if they would call, maybe we could be number one. I'm sure I would know, and the council and other members of the community would know a few additional things that we could show with some pride about.
Montgomery County Police have recently been alerted to a potential problem with some of their fleet vehicles. Lucille Bauer is here from the Office of Public Information, and she's here to tell us a little bit more about this issue. Lucille, what's been happening here?
We want to give the community an update on this. It was the Montgomery County Department of General Services Fleet Management and the Police Department that determined it was necessary to inspect 324 Ford Crown Victoria police interceptors after a defect was discovered that could potentially cause the steering to fail. Once Chief Manger became aware of this defect, he ordered the vehicles out of police service until they were inspected. So this past week, there's been a 24/7 operation to get these vehicles inspected. We have found the defect only in a very few of these vehicles. None of community response time was impacted by these inspections. We have some other vehicles that are unassigned to officers that we were able to use while some vehicles were being inspected. And we did have some officers ride to a vehicle as the inspections were taking place.
Now, was Ford accountable to this? Have you contacted them about possibly being reimbursed for having to have these vehicles fixed?
Right. We contacted both the Ford Motor Company and the National Traffic Highway Safety Administration. At this time, Ford is not planning a recall, and NHTSA is beginning to conduct an investigation. So we'll be learning more about this problem. It's important to note that the two vehicles that were affected by this that caused the initial inspection process, in neither case was there injury or collision.
Very good. Thank you so much, Lucille Bauer, Montgomery County Police. Every year, the city of Rockville throws a party to say thank you to its many volunteers, the folks who keep the city running. Our Rockville 11 has the recap in this story.
Well, we're here tonight to join our voices and say thank you to all our wonderful volunteers. Rockville is so fortunate to have so many people, our citizens, who really do get involved and want to help out, and they serve on boards and commissions and all kinds of things. So we're here to say thank you.
Well, so much of the work done in Rockville is done by volunteers on boards and commissions, and volunteers throughout the city. And it's so important to recognize them and have at least this event each year for all of them to get together. It's a great night.
It's important to me because if I live in a community, I want to be involved with my community and do what I can just to participate and to make the better world for tomorrow for the people come after me.
To say I think it's a wonderful opportunity, not only to thank the people who do what they do for us, for right out of their hearts, essentially. It's their free time and they give it up to the city. And of course, it's our chance to celebrate the staff as well. It really works very hard to make this a wonderful city.
You know, 365 days a year, we have Rockville citizens participating in every bit of the Rockville city life and city government. And this is the one day a year that we can say thank you. And it means a lot to every citizen in this city that we get so much help from so many people. And most of them are here tonight.
I think that it's nice also for the citizens to be able to mix and mingle with the city staff and get to know them, because that's the exchange of information with city staff is really valuable, and I think it certainly has been to me, and particularly with the senior center. And I've been really involved with that from the very beginning, and so I think lots of people here, as I look around, they've all played a role in making this city better through the years.
The school year is in full swing, and so is the effort to reach out to parents. Recently at Wheaton Woods Elementary School, parents received useful tips to better help their children. MCPS TV has the story.
Parents and community members attended a parent coffee meeting sponsored by Linkages to Learning at Wheaton Woods Elementary School. It was held on Wednesday, September 5th, to help parents understand their role in supporting the education of their children.
They have more information than they've ever had before. The fact that they have the information in their language, the fact that we give them resources, and the fact that we talk with them about it. We're here for them. And so when we give them the information and we follow up and talk with them and meet with them, they feel empowered and they're very happy about it. And their children show, because their children are successful. So just by sharing information with one family or two families, they take that back into the community and share that information. They see how important that information is.
Linkages to Learning, as hosts of the program, were there to reinforce the value of parent involvement.
The parent involvement helps their kids see how important school is. I want parents to take advantage of these opportunities so that they can help their children succeed.
For Spanish-speaking parents, it was an opportunity for them to learn more about the school system in their native language.
I think it's important to come, and we should be more involved in the school, to get all the information that is available here for all the parents.
All the information is there. Yes, we have to sit and find it because all the information is there. The most important thing are the kids, okay? They have to find the time, just the time, because the tools are there. libraries, you know, the school, everything is there. Yeah, we have to find yes the time. Or yes, the people have to say yes, I want to do it.
Up next, we'll tell you about some college students who are making a difference in the lives of hundreds of residents, one meal at a time. We'll be right back. Welcome back to County Report. The Environmental Protection Agency estimates we Americans throw away about 68 billion pounds of food per year. But some students at the University of Maryland are making an impact on that figure. These Montgomery County natives have started a movement to reduce hunger and waste while building connections between our nation's students and homeless population.
Hey Mia, can I go ahead? Should I put this in here?
If it's both chicken.
The numbers were too staggering to ignore. More than 60,000 pounds of food.
This looks like some yellow rice.
At the University of Maryland was going to waste on an annual basis.
This looks like chicken with some vegetable sauce.
Students Ben Simon and Mia Zavali decided to do something about it, so they founded the Food Recovery Network.
Basically, we knew that there was a tremendous need in the DC area for this food. You know, food is precious and there's absolutely no reason for that food to go to waste if it doesn't have to. So we knew that volunteers would be up for it and it was pretty much a no-brainer.
The Food Recovery Network collects the leftover food from the university dining halls and sports events that would otherwise be thrown away.
Prior to the Food Recovery Network, all of this delicious food here would either have been composted or sent to a landfill.
And they bring it to local homeless shelters, food banks, and other nonprofits. In its first year, the group donated more than 50,000 meals.
And at first they said that there wasn't any food at all that was thrown out, but then we saw that there was. So we kept pushing them, kept asking. Now, when we come in, they're so happy to see us.
The group consists of a network of different student groups, each with an assigned night to recover and deliver food. Currently, there are more than 200 student volunteers who donate their cars and use their own gas so they can be a part of the movement.
I honestly don't mind helping people out. You know, just one night a week is not really a lot to ask.
But what would make you choose doing something like this over, hanging out with your friends?
I can give up one night to hang out with my friends in college. There's going to be plenty of those, but to help people out that need the help, it's really a good thing to do.
Each night when the dining halls close at the University of Maryland, group members are on task packaging up leftovers and carting it to locations like the Christian Life Center, a Riverdale-based church and ministry.
Good. Welcome to Christian Life Center. We're going to go ahead and grab these trays, right, Mia? I think the real truth right now is that the need is everywhere. Now, there are greater needs of different, levels, but everybody has a need right now. Yesterday when we had a food distribution, we literally saw our whole parking lot lined up from people that, were, poor, and everyone needs help right now. And I'm just so proud of them. I'm just so grateful to be a part of what they're doing.
Both Simon and Zavali say they are committed to a future in food recovery and would love to see the movement take off nationally. These college seniors say their ultimate goal would be zero food waste on college campuses.
But this is really preparing us for our career.
So thank you so much.
Thank you, Pat.
Appreciate it.
This project, the skills that we're learning outside the classroom has, in my opinion, been more beneficial than what we're learning sitting in a lecture hall.
Thank you so much for what you do.
Montgomery College professor and visual artist Steve Prince worked tirelessly over 3+ weeks to create a one-of-a-kind mural in a hallway in the Human Sciences building at MC's Germantown campus that captures a number of themes and ideas near and dear to his heart. In his own words, Prince describes his motivation for this stunning piece of artwork.
The image that I'm creating is entitled Bird in Hand, Second Line for Michigan. And the drawing is 9 feet by 20 feet in scale. I chose the title for this piece, Bird in Hand, for double reasons. Bird in Hand is the nickname that many people from Michigan has given it because the shape of the major portion of Michigan is shaped like a mitt. I created this idea that's coming out of my New Orleans background, which is this concept of the dirge in the second line, which is a jazz funeral. And in that context, the jazz musicians would come out and they would play a slow, mournful tune for someone that has passed away. And after the person is laid to rest, that music would transform from being a mournful tune into a celebratory one, which would be considered called the second line. The second line is a complicated idea. The second line alludes to the first line is the family that's closely associated with the person that's been lost. The second line is the people that gird that person or gird that first line, and they kind of follow behind. But it has a spiritual meaning too as well. The first line conceptually is our life here on this earth. But when we die and we translate from this world into the afterworld, that afterworld is considered to be the second line or the second life. When people engage this work, I'm hoping that they will see the pain, the hurt. I'm hoping they will see that despair. But I want them to see the other side of it. I want them to see the hope. I want them to see the joy. I want them to see the love. I want to see the communal togetherness coming together of different cultures, different ethnicities, different backgrounds, joined together, band together, and making one harmonious tune. You know, making one harmonious or joyful noise together, collectively, you know, in the streets, processing through the community and spreading joy and love and hope there.
34 county employees received a nice cash surprise. County Executive Ike Leggett handed each of them a check in the amount of $223. That's because each of these employees are part of the first team of frontline employees to successfully develop and implement a cost savings program under the county's Rewarding Excellence Bonus Incentive Award program, also known as gain sharing. The Department of Transportation's sign and signal shop staff developed and executed a program to recover costs from its scrap metal recycling operations by separating and selling the more valuable metals. The county generated additional revenues of over $16,000 in the first year of this program's operation.
If we are able to replicate this in all segments of county government, it would mean the following. First of all, it would mean that our government is working far more efficiently. One. More importantly, it would mean for all those taxpayers who are paying these taxes and fees and so forth, that they may get a break. It would mean also that your fellow employees will be more secure in the jobs that they have because those jobs have been narrowed down to an efficient level that we have the people in the right size and force of county government.
These one-time bonuses are calculated using 50% of the actual cost savings realized in the first year of the project and dividing that amount equally among the team members. The Rewarding Excellence program encourages employees to identify and develop cost-effective processes, and so far it has resulted in 5 successful proposals that are expected to save the county approximately $850,000 annually. When we come back, 2 county high schools celebrate golden anniversaries. We'll be right back.
Maryland Governor Martin O'Malley has appointed 2 new members to the Montgomery College Board of Trustees. Technology consultant Benjamin Wu will serve a 6-year term, and MC student Constantina Purgis will serve for 1 year. MC will join millions for the Great Southeast Shakeout on October 18th. Students, faculty, and staff will drop, cover, and hold on during a 1-minute drill that teaches how to protect yourself in the event of an earthquake. Montgomery College Television is 25 years old, and all semester long we'll be celebrating our service to the college and the citizens of Montgomery County. So tune in and enjoy some of our award-winning programming on the Comcast, Verizon Fios, and RCN systems in the county. For more information about the endless possibilities at your community college, visit our website.
Hi, I'm Tom Pogue, Community Relations Manager for the Department of Transportation. Here's an update from Montgomery County. Joining a worldwide movement to celebrate sustainable transportation, the National Capital Regional Transportation Planning Board has pronounced Saturday, September 22nd, as this year's Car Free Day. This annual call to action is organized and promoted by the Council of Governments Commuter Connections program, which is offering prizes to those who pledge to participate. It seeks to encourage people to use alternate methods of transportation, such as walking, biking, public transportation, or going car light by sharing a car in a carpool. Commuter Connections urges everyone to leave their cars in the garage for one day. Car Free Day benefits the region through improved air quality, reduced traffic congestion and parking demands, and conservation of energy. You can pledge to be car free or car light on September 22nd by signing up at our website at montgomerycountymd.gov/commute. Commuter services will be in downtown Silver Spring on the 22nd from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Farmers Market on Ellsworth Drive. Stop by their table to enter drawings to win an iPad, a bicycle, and other great prizes. We're working to keep you moving.
At this week's council session, officials took time out to recognize the 50th anniversary of two county high schools. Both Einstein and Whitman High School were honored at the ceremony by two special graduates of Einstein High, council members Phil Andrews and Mark Elrich.
Anniversary dates are significant because you remember especially significant for alumni. And this school would not be what it is if it wasn't for the interaction between the staff, the students, the parents, and county council.
Councilmember Elrich is a member of the class of 1967 of Einstein High School. I'm a member of the class of 1977, and we're very pleased to help recognize this milestone. The legendary guidance counselor, Joe Monte, who has been at Einstein for every day of its 50 years, who as a teacher and legendary guidance counselor has been the sole link to all 50 years of a high school that has long been the cornerstone of the local community.
We are fulfilling the dream of what a public comprehensive high school should be. On behalf of the Einstein community, I am happy to accept this proclamation. Once a Titan, always a Titan. Thanks. We have two here.
It's time for our Pet of the Week segment with Kathy Stanhope.
This is Kathy Stanhope with your Pet of the Week at the Montgomery County Humane Society. And this squirmy little kitten that I have here is Canvas. She is very sweet. She's just about 1.5 years old. She's a spayed female, and she was given up by her previous owners. They just had too many cats and they couldn't take care of them all. And poor little Canvas here, who's a very nice girl, was one of the ones that got dumped here at the shelter. She definitely wants to go home with you. She's a great cat. And while we're talking about somebody who has too many cats, when you do have multiple cats, it's always a good idea to have multiple cat boxes. If you have 2 cats, you should have more than 2 cat boxes. You should have 3. The general rule of thumb is basically have the same number of cat boxes as cats plus 1, because some cats don't like to share litter boxes with other cats. So if you do have multiple cats, remember, always have multiple litter boxes. It really helps out. It's a little bit more work for you, but it really keeps the cats healthier and it makes them more willing to use the cat box. But while you're thinking about getting a cat, I want you to think about getting Canvas, because she really is a sweet cat. She likes to play. She likes to play with laser pointers. She likes to scratch at her cat box toys. And she likes to go after feather things so she can chase them and have a good time. And she's very affectionate. She's loving getting her ears rubbed here. She's a really good cat. And remember, from August to October, we're doing the Rachel Ray ASPCA $100,000 challenge. We are really trying to adopt out 300 pets this year, dogs and cats specifically, 300 more than we did last year for the same time period. So we need your help to do that. So if you're ever thinking about adopting an animal, now is the time to come down to the Montgomery County Shelter and see what we have to offer. And remember, our pets change all the time. If you don't find a dog or cat that you like on one weekend, come back the next weekend, because we take in 5 to 20 animals a day. So our inventory changes all the time. So give us a call at 240-773-5967 or visit us on the web at mchumane.org.
And finally, we leave you this week with some sights and sounds from the Silver Spring Jazz Festival that recently took place in downtown Silver Spring. The event featured Sergio Mendez and homegrown musician Marcus Johnson. We'll be back again next week. Thanks for tuning in and have a great week.